Today I'm going to show you how to make churros. You can find the recipe in the description box below as usual. So let's go ahead and get started. Here I have the cornstarch in a bowl. And add 1 cup of the milk. You're going to whisk it until it's smooth, and then we're going to set it aside. So here in the saucepan I'm going to add 1 cup of milk. And then I have 4 ounces of unsweetened chocolate. You can use chocolate chips. You can use coarsely chopped chocolate. You just want really high quality chocolate, at least 60% cocoa. And also I have a 1/4 cup of sugar and a teaspoon of instant coffee. So we're going to heat the milk up, and the way I find that the milk is heated through is just by adding the chocolate. And once I see the chocolate begins to melt, we're going to add the remaining ingredients. And this is on medium heat. You don't want this to begin to boil, so watch it, and as you start to see it begin to melt, so now just continue to stir until the chocolate has completely melted. And I do apologize that this is blurry. So now that the chocolate's melted, you're going to add the sugar, the coffee, and if you are concerned about caffeine, you don't have to add the coffee. Coffee is just to enhance the flavor of the chocolate. And add the dissolved cornstarch and milk. You do want to whisk it to make sure the cornstarch didn't settle to the bottom of the bowl. And just stir this until it thickens. Okay, so it's thickened up a little bit. You don't want it to be, it's not going to be super thick, but it's going to be thicker than what it previously was. So now remove this from the heat and set it aside, and now we're going to work on the churro stuff. Here I got 1 stick of butter, and it's a 1/2 cup of butter and 1 cup of water, and also I have 1 cup of all-purpose flour and a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. So what we're going to do is slowly heat the butter and water. You don't want this to boil too much because you don't want to lose any of the liquid. So stir this around and just keep watching until the and I did mix together the flour and salt. And also you're going to need 3 beaten eggs, and you're going to need some oil for frying. Okay, so now that the butter is just melted, I'm going to add the flour to this, and this is on medium heat. You're going to stir this, and you're going to stir it for 1 minute. Okay, so now it's been about a minute, and now we're going to take this over to our mixer. And the reason why you want to stir this as much as we're stirring it is to help get all the liquid out of the dough, as much as the liquid is possible, not all of it out. And as soon as it pulls together and it's no longer sticking to the sides of your pot, that's how you know that it's ready. So as you see, it's not sticking to the sides of the pot anymore. So let's move to the next step. So now we're going to take the dough and we're going to put it inside the mixer bowl. And you're going to let this mix for 1 minute on low speed, and this is to help cool the dough off before we add the eggs to this. And if you don't have a stand mixer, you can do this with a hand mixer. Okay, it's been 1 minute. It's been about a minute and a half, and what I'm going to do is touch the dough. It's not super hot now, so we can add the eggs. So we're going to slowly just pour the eggs in. And just mix it until it's smooth. So the dough is now smooth, and now we're going to put this inside of a pastry bag. And if you have one of those Churros tips, you can use that. I'm just going to use a star tip, and I'm heating some oil, about an inch of oil, in a deep skillet. Okay, so I'm using a smaller pastry bag, but just put the pastry in however it works for you. The best method. I just kind of use a cup to help me along the way, and now I'm going to just plop the dough in. I got the oil heated to about 330 degrees. So now what you're going to do is just press some of the dough out into the oil, and just use a knife to cut the end. And you're going to repeat that. You don't want to overcrowd the pan. You're going to fry these until they're golden brown. You may have to flip these. Try to work as fast as you can because these do cook pretty quickly. And one of the things about churros is you want them to be a nice golden brown. I don't like golden brown, but a really nice golden brown, because if it's not golden brown, when you go to serve these, they're going to be far too soft on the inside and they're going to fall apart. These have browned nicely, so I'm going to take this out of the oil and put this into my sheet pan that I have lined with a wire rack. Let these drain for about 2 minutes, and then we're going to shake it up in the cinnamon sugar. While the rest of my churros is cooking, I got some cinnamon sugar here in the bag, and I'm just going to put them in the cinnamon sugar. And I don't know if you can see how golden brown I have these, but you want them to be pretty golden so when they cool they won't fall apart. It's kind of like making a fried puff pastry, basically. I'm going to fold the top down. I'm just going to shake that cinnamon sugar all over it. Pull them out. And that's it. Okay everyone, this is the churros and the dipping chocolate. I hope you guys give this recipe a try. Please do not forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. And also, you can add me on Google+. You can like me on Facebook. And also, you can follow me on Twitter. And also, at the end of the video, you can see more videos that you've missed simply by clicking on the previous video section. Live and be well, and stop all bullying and abuse. Thank you for watching.